It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Drew McCombs at the Alabama Weather Network, and this is your mid-morning forecast update. And we're looking at a smoke-filled sunrise here. This is from our Bald Rock Skycam looking back towards the Talladega County fire that we were talking about yesterday that still is ongoing, not completely contained, but you can see here that with all the extra particulates in the atmosphere and all the particles of smoke and soot that you actually got a pretty cool looking sunrise out of that. And you also can see there some of the smoke sort of billowing above the fog. The fog may have been also helped to form by that extra smoke in the atmosphere, helping the fog to form as well. So kind of an interesting look there, something that can be pretty cool when you have smoke in the area here. As we look at the current camera look, you can see there still is some smoke billowing from the area there. It's moving off in the other direction, though, compared to yesterday because the winds have shifted. So we got more of a southeasterly wind now, and the smoke is now blowing more towards the northeast compared to what it was moving from kind of northeast down to southwest, blowing to the southwest yesterday. Current fire tracker here showing that in the red, that is the current area for today. Yesterday's area is in that kind of darker yellow. So it looks like maybe it might be a little bit smaller today. Hopefully they're starting to get it a little bit more contained. Now looking at the forecast smoke, again, this is now pointing up towards the north, towards places like Riverside and Lincoln, Colony, around Lake Logan, kind of the northern reaches of Lake Logan Martin around the Coosa River. And so as we put this into motion, you can see that plume moving up to the north. However, this isn't the only fire in the state. It's probably one of the larger ones, the one that we have on our camera network. But you can see, looking at the forecast smoke, there's quite a number of small fires ongoing around Alabama at this point. Some of them could be controlled burns, but a few of them wildfires. So certainly possible that there's a number of places in the state over today that could be, and into tomorrow, that could be seeing some extra kind of haziness and smoke around. So if you smell any smoke around, you might be smelling some of that coming from some of these fires that are happening. And again, we're really dry, and so that's part of the reason that we've gotten to this point. We've had some low humidity the last day or so, some heavy winds, and that's helped. That's got some pretty good fire conditions going on. And looking at our satellite and radar, so things are quiet as far as the weather itself. We've got clouds moving into the northern part of the state, mostly sunny or completely sunny in kind of the southeastern half or so of the state. You see a few showers and storms moving through parts of Kentucky, but generally we have nothing like that around here, and we generally expect that to stay that way for the next few days. Looking at our Skycam network, you can see Ardmore looking nice. Got some of the fall colors showing up there. 64 degrees there. Dew points at 40, so we're seeing the dry air still in the northern part of the state, but we'll see those dew points coming up as we move through the next day or two. Coleman's at 64 degrees. Definitely a little bit more cloud cover around than what we saw at times yesterday. Again, you see the winds starting to come out of the southwest primarily now, as we will see the moisture starting to recover into the state. Region Center there in downtown Birmingham, nice view there. It's 67 degrees, and we're definitely a little bit warmer than we were this time yesterday across most of the state. Pretty good breeze there atop. Again, we're at a pretty high elevation there atop the tower there, but you can see gusts up to around 30 miles per hour, at least pretty high up in the air there. Spanish Fort, 74 degrees there, so certainly warm in the southern part of the state with the warmer start. Dew points are now getting into the mid-60s there. So again, we expect more moisture to kind of be pumped up further north in the state as we move on through the next few days. Dauphin Island's at 73, very nice looking day there down at the beach. Low temperatures this morning were still fairly chilly in a good portion of the state. Got even down into the 30s again in Gadsden, almost freezing again. Got down well into the 40s, especially eastern side, 40 degrees in Alexander City. Got 37 in Eufaula, actually. Towards the west, though, places even like Florence that are in the northwest corner only got down to 50 degrees. Part of that because you had some cloud cover starting to filter in, but also as we started to get some of that return moisture, and also down towards the coast, only got down to 59 degrees in Mobile. As far as our Skywatcher reports, got down to 35 in Heflin from Steve Jones. Don Culver in Rainbow City hit 38. Christopher Owens in Morris, 39. Andy Klein and Helena hit 40. And then Sandra Kirkwood in Newmarket only hit 50. And again, I think some of that had to do with some of that cloud cover starting to move into the northern part of the state. And so here's what we're watching for today and through the week. So highs nearing 80 or above 80 as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, especially the southern part of the state. Certainly possible we may set a few high temperature records in the next couple of days. Rain really starts to return on Friday, although the amounts are not looking like anything significant at this point. May see a few showers before then in the northern part of the state, but generally just not significant rainfall with this system is not looking like the case at this point. After that, the weekend should be mostly dry. We could have some lingering showers on Saturday, especially in the southern part of the state, but starting to kind of gradually dry out, and Sunday looking pretty dry at this point. Temperatures right now, we've warmed up into the 60s and 70s. It's 69 degrees in Birmingham, still 58 in Gadsden, still a little bit chilly there where they started colder, but it's 72 degrees already in Greenville. It's already 74 in Monroeville, and it's already 75 degrees down in Gulf Shore. So again, we certainly expect we'll hit somewhere near 80 in a lot of those places today. You can see, again, the trend is warmer for the most part. We got 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday with the temperature change in most spots, a few exceptions to that, but generally warmer. Forecast highs for today, we certainly expect will be into the mid 70s, possibly upper 70s in North Alabama. And then again, as you move to the south, upper 70s to around 80 degrees is what we expect as we get into places like Monroeville, Andalusia, and Chatham in the southwestern part of the state, and could get up close to 80 in both Geneva and Dothan as well. And then as we move to Wednesday's forecast highs, again, we now start to expect some of the northern parts of the state to hit 80. So it could hit 80 in places like Anniston, Gadsden, and also get into the lower 80s down towards the south, 82 in Andalusia, 81 in Greenville. And so, again, we continue to have that warming trend with warmer starts in the morning, too, as we get over the next couple of mornings. Futurecast is not very active for today. We have a few clouds in the northern part of the state. Most of the southeast part of the state staying dry and warm. Don't expect any showers really in northern Alabama before midnight. Now, after that, there could be a few showers trying to push through with this next little system clipping us to the north overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, but nothing significant with that. So again, you'll probably be asleep for any sort of showers that would fall then. And then tomorrow, we'll still have a few possibly isolated lingering showers, but it's just such a small chance it's almost not worth mentioning. Southern part of the state looks completely dry at this point and mostly sunny and very warm as we get into Wednesday. You start to see a little bit more activity to the north and to the northwest as we get into Thursday as that system starts to develop. That'll eventually be moving our way. So again, we could get grazed with a few showers Thursday in evening, primarily in the northern and northwestern part of the state. So again, don't be surprised if you have hit a few showers if you're in that part of the state, but most of the southern half still staying dry through then. And then as we get into Friday morning and then in the Friday afternoon, then we have a little bit better chance of starting to see some showers and maybe some heavier showers moving in. But again, you can see this isn't like a widespread rainfall coming in. So there's certainly going to be places that don't get much at all with this. Some may get a little bit more, but just unfortunately, we're not expecting a lot of rain, which we could certainly use around here with the drought. All right, here's your 7-day forecast for North Alabama. So again, we expect to get into the low, mid 70s today, upper 70s as we get into the next couple of days. Again, we're putting that very small, isolated chance of a shower Wednesday and Thursday, but most places stay completely dry during that time. And again, the lows moderate quite a bit, upper 50s, low 60s as we get through the next several days. And then again, best rain chances Friday, probably afternoon into the evening, some lingering into Saturday. And again, we'd really expect mainly showers. Could see a few rumbles of thunder, but we're not expecting any sort of strong storms with this. And then we start to dry out as we get and cool down a little bit as we head towards the beginning of next week, heading into Thanksgiving week. For South Alabama, we expect a little bit warmer, upper 70s today, sunshine, maybe a few more clouds around Wednesday and Thursday. Highs still, though, getting into the low 80s. Warm starts in the morning, and then again Friday and Saturday is when we have our main rain chances. Might see a little bit more lingering showers in South Alabama on Saturday than we would see in the northern part of the state as that front pushes through and kind of washes out. And then, again, we cool off a little bit in South Alabama, but not as much, only maybe getting highs into the mid-70s for Sunday and Monday. Well, that is your Alabama forecast update. We appreciate you watching us here on the Alabama Weather Network.